In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Welcome to the session, dear listener. I am Jack, your narrator, and I would like to take you on a journey into stories of Warhammer 40k. But these are not the official stories that more renowned narrators than I have covered. These are stories inspired by the rich lore of this universe, by the fans, for the fans. Let us begin. There's No Such Thing as UMIES by Chris Buxey.
There's no such thing as UMIES.
Boss Scumscab spat out the words with the same casual confidence that he'd bite out an opponent's throat. Boss Rockgob and Warboss Ed Chopper stared at the hulking orc across the campfire. Around the boss circle, the boys sang and drank to celebrate the day's victory over a rival tribe.
You what?
Said Rockgob, handing his stein to hold it, his cupbearer Grot. The weedy greenskins scurried away through the throng to fetch more squig ale.
I ain't never seen one. They are made up.
Boss Scumscab took a big bite out of a boar haunch, chewed it thoughtfully for a moment, and then jabbed it in Rockgob's direction.
You ever seen one, Rockgob?
Rockgob tried to think, which was unappealing at the best of times, never mind after so much ale. He travelled a star cluster from Scarbad Star to Totem Rock, fighting and looting all the way. But he'd never seen any UMIES.
Nah, can't say I have. So what are you saying, Scumscab?
Asked Warboss Ed Chopper. Scumscab pointed the severely mauled chunk of meat at the sky.
You said you was tired of fighting orcs in this cluster. You want to head inwards where the stars get thicker. Waste of time. UMIES ain't real. There'll be no one to fight. Dead boring.
Scumscab waved the meat against the night sky as he spoke. Illuminated in the firelight, Rockgob briefly pictured it as a misshapen space hulk, the chunks of meat falling off into the flames of war below.
So we should head out to the fringe, looking for more orcs to fight,
rumbled Warboss Ed Chopper.
Exactly.
Rockgob gestured enthusiastically with the boar haunch. The last of the meat sloughed to the floor with a wet flop.
Everyone knows orcs are the best at fighting. Nah.
Ed Chopper shifted his muscled bulk on the pile of furs. Even without his makeshift throne, he would still have sat a head taller than the other two orcs.
It ain't fun no more. I want someone else to bash.
Aldit returned with Rockgob's stein, and the boss took a long swig. Scumscab wasn't normally this talkative. Would he ever shut up?
Even if the stories are true, and the UMIES are real, then we know they are runty and dead weedy. I bet they break real easy.
Scumscab snapped the boar bone in two and tossed it away.
Don't sound like a good enemy to me. I don't know,
ventured Rockgob.
I heard they had big tin boys what'll give you a good fight.
Yeah, I hear UMIES are all gold and bigger than Warboss and can shoot fire out their asses,
said Holdit, climbing up onto Rockgob's shoulder.
I think that's just a big UMIE, Warboss,
said Rockgob, batting the grot away.
I don't know why you're still flapping your jaws,
said Warboss Ed Chopper. His eyes glinted like steel in the firelight.
I've made up my mind. I'm the big boss, and I say we fly the cruisers inwards and look for UMIES, and that's that.
There was a moment of silence.
And that's that,
echoed Scumscab in a resigned tone. Something landed in the fire, sending a cloud of sparks dancing up towards the stars. Rockgob blinked across the flames at his pal Scumscab, suddenly not clear on what he was seeing. Rusted armor plates clattered to the floor as Scumscab's shadow shifted.
Here, Scumscab, mate,
said Rockgob, squinting through an alcoholic haze.
You's got a bit melty.
A lithe black figure leapt at Warboss Ed Chopper, go faster red hair whipping and sword blade shining in a way that owed nothing to the firelight.
Zorginek!
Cried Rutgob, falling backwards from his pile of loot and squashing Hold It Flat. The shadow that had been Scumscab moved in the darkness between the flames, quicker than Rutgob could follow. But Ed Chopper had become war boss by not being ready for the occasional casual attempt on his life. Buzzsaw-headed axe met green-powered blade in an indecisive clash of fields that made Rutgob's teeth ache. The shadow had speed and surprise on its side, but the war boss had mass and a bad temper. Rutgob scrambled about for his shooter in the strobing light of the weapon clashes. He found it and clambered to his feet just in time to see the war boss catch Scumscab's shadow with a powerful backhand, sending it sprawling. Rutgob kept his shooter trained as the war boss loomed over his would-be assassin.
Yumi,
growled war boss Ed Chopper as he raised his axe for the killing blow. Rutgob was suddenly thrown back by an explosion, as whatever Scumscab had thrown into the campfire finally cooked off. Dazed, it took him a moment to get his bearings. The camp was in uproar. Boys were running everywhere, yelling and fighting. Scumscab's shadow was gone, and war boss Ed Chopper was slowly cooling in the dirt, his head nowhere to be seen. Rutgob thought this was probably how the boss would have wanted to go. Shaking his head to clear the ringing in his ears, he was suddenly filled with a sense of purpose. Rutgob fired his shooter in the air. Glad he paid for that extra noisy custom upgrade. Most of the boys stopped to look. Some kept fighting until Rutgob cracked their heads together.
Listen up, you lot. War boss Ed Chopper is dead. I'm the war boss now.
There was some muttering, and a bit of half-hearted clapping. This won't do, thought Rutgob.
What happened, boss?
Yelled from the back.
A no-good Zog and Yumi snuck into the camp, killed the big boss and my mate Scumscab. I think. And, they even fattened poor little Hold It.
There was some angry muttering and howls of rage.
What's the plan?
Someone else yelled.
We're getting into cruisers and following Old Ed Chopper's plan. We look for some humans to stomp,
yelled Rutgob. The boys roared their approval.
And judging by that, Yumi,
thought Rutgob,
it will be one heck of a fight.
And so, with our story concluded, I would like to invite you to another reading at your leisure. If you're a person that prefers the written medium, then I shall share the library in which these tales can be read in the description. I am not affiliated with 40k Cold Open Stories, just a man who enjoys the tales therein. Until next time, dear listener.